Simple present tense. Presente simple. Affirmative form. Okay, we're gonna start with the person first, plus the verb in simple present, plus the complement. Okay, but on those three persons, which is the third person of singular, we're gonna add our s or es to the verb, depending on the case. We're gonna give you some examples later. Ok, de forma afirmativa, vamos a empezar con la persona, verbo en presente simple más el complemento, esas tres personas, he, she or it. Vamos a agregarle al verbo en cuestión, ya sea una S o una ES. Más adelante les voy a dar unas reglas. Negative form. So we're going to start with the person first, plus the auxiliary do or does, plus the word not, which is a negation word, the negative word, plus the verb infinitive without to, plus the complement. Okay, don't forget this formula. And remember about he, she, or it? We're not gonna do it anymore. Aquí no se le agrega s o es al verbo. Interrogative form. In this case, like always, the auxiliary goes to the beginning. So we're gonna start with do or does plus the person or subject plus the verb in infinitive without the to plus the complement, and don't forget the question mark. Alright, now the same thing for those three persons, which is the third person in singular, he, she, and it. We don't gonna add s or es at the end of the verb. No more. We're gonna see some examples here. Unos ejemplos. You speak English. You see the word lighted in red, which is the verb speak, hablar. You speak English. Tú hablas inglés. Now the interrogative form says, do you speak English? You see that we use do instead of does, because the personal pronoun which we are using is the second one, which is you. Okay, aquí utilizamos el auxiliar do porque el pronombre personal en cuestión es el segundo, que es tú, you. And last case, you do not speak English, which is the negative form. You do not speak English. Alright, you can contract it by using the apostrophe and says you don't speak English. Okay, both ways are proper. Another example we have here says she speaks English. You see that we just add an s to the verb because we are using the third person of singular, which is in this case she. De este caso le agregamos una s al verbo en cuestión, which is speak, hablar, porque estamos utilizando la tercera persona del singular, que en este caso es she. Okay, so the auxiliary would change. In this case we use does instead of do. Aquí utilizamos el does en vez del do. So quedaría así. Does she speak English? ¿Ella habla inglés? The next example says she does not speak English. Ella no habla inglés. You see that we use the auxiliary does in this case because we are using the third person, which in this case is she. Okay. Por eso ocupamos el does, porque estamos ocupando she. Podría también haber sido he or it. Alright. Simple present tense, but with verb to be. Okay, just verb to be. The other examples were about any other kind of verb except the verb to be. Now, just verb to be. Ahora solamente el verbo to be. Affirmative form, verb to be. This is the formula. So we're going to start with the person plus the verb to be in simple present plus complement. Remember that the verb to be in simple present could be for he, she, and it is. For you, we, and they, it is are. And for I, it is Okay, that's the verb to be in simple present. Is, are, and am. Okay. Negative form, verb to be. So we're going to start with the person plus we're going to start with the verb to be in simple present plus the negation word, which in this case is not, like usual, plus the complement. Persona, verbo to be en presente simple, más la negación, más el complemento. ¿Cuál es el verbo to be en presente simple? Puede ser is, are, o puede ser am. Remember, he, she, it is, you, we, they are, and I just am. Interrogative form, verb to be. Now we're going to start with the verb to be in the simple present plus the person plus the complement, and don't forget the question mark. So, and we're still using he, for he, she, it, the verb is, you, we, and they are, and for the first person, I, we're gonna use same thing. Okay. So we're gonna see some examples here. It says, she is my sister. She is my sister. So the verb is, that's the verb to be. Ella es mi hermana. She's not my sister. You see right here is not, which is in red. That tells you that we're talking about negative form in the third person, which in this case is she. She's not my sister. Ella no es mi hermana. Ahí ocupamos el verbo to be más el not. And remember, we don't need auxiliaries anymore for the verb to be. Aquí no ocupamos auxiliares para el verbo to be. The next example says, is she my sister? Ella es mi hermana. So we just switch it and we move at the beginning the verb to be, which is is. Is she my sister? Ella es mi hermana. Okay. Here are some rules about, remember I tell you the first examples about add s or es at the end of the verb, okay, for the third person in singular, like he, she, or it. These right here are the rules. Ok, estas son las reglas. Recuerden que en los primeros ejemplos había que agregar una s o una es al final del verbo, dependiendo del caso, para cuando ocupemos la tercera persona del singular, que puede ser he, she, o también puede ser it. Y esta es la regla. Verbs ending with s, ch, sh, x, or z. This is the case. When a verb ends with s, ch, sh, x, or z, we add the letter e, and then we add the letter s. Okay, so we're gonna add both e and s when any verb ends in s, ch, sh, x, or z. Cuando algún verbo termine en s, ch, sh, x o z, le vamos a agregar una e y después una s. Esto solo para la tercera persona del singular, para he, para she o para it. Recuerden, en presente simple. Okay, we're gonna see an example. Says miss. Okay, so the verb will be we just add es. Says Mrs. kiss, we just add our es, it says kisses, okay, and so on. Next rule says when a verb ends with o, we add the letter e, and then we add the letter s. Otro caso es cuando el verbo termina en o y es monosílabo en forma de sonido, le vamos a agregar la e y la s. Un ejemplo es el verbo go, to go, que significa ir. Le agregas e y s siguiendo la regla porque acaba en o y aparte es monosílabo y tenemos goes. Or do y tenemos does. Next rule. When a verb ends with y and there is a consonant before it, the y changes into IE, then the letter S is added. Cuando un verbo acaba en la letra Y y después y hay, perdón, una consonante antes de esta, la letra Y cambia por I latina y aparte le agregamos una E. Después también le vamos a agregar una S. Entonces tenemos, por ejemplo, the verb fly, el verbo fly, which means volar, to fly, volar. So you see that the letter Y, we have a consonant before it. Tenemos una consonante una consonante antes de la letra Y, siguiendo la regla, entonces vamos a cambiar la Y por una I latina, agregamos una E y después una S. That way we have flies, try, tries, cry, cries, study, studies, okay? Last rule says, when a verb ends with Y and there is a vowel before it, we simply add the letter S to the verb. Última regla dice cuando el verbo acaba en Y, pero hay una vocal, ahora es una vocal antes de esta Y, simplemente le vamos a agregar la letra S al verbo. We see an example here says buy, which means comprar, buy, to buy. You see that ends with Y, but there is a vowel before. Okay, so we just simply add the letter S. Simplemente como la regla dice, acaba en Y, pero hay una vocal antes de esta, así que solamente le agregamos la letra S. Remember, this is just for the third person of singular, okay? He, she, and it, para el presente simple, solo para esos tres. So instead of buy, we use buys, say, says, pay, pays, play, plays, enjoys, enjoys, okay? And that's it, brothers.